Yeah, awesome. Hey, Luke. Look, great to actually be here with you and your amazing Locked On users. I think one of the things that I believe is that I need to be continually stress testing and looking for the best ideas out there, and seeing what the rest of the world is doing, and is there anything we can bring back to the Aussie marketplace, the New Zealand marketplace, to help our clients evolve. And I think the thing that I saw the most is the tech-enabled agent is truly going to the next level. So, are you leaning into the tech in the best way possible? So there's the ability to use tech in a minimalist way, but also, are you really maximizing it? So, I have a model where I talk work value, and that's high, medium, and low value work.
Yeah.
And you either really, with the low value work, you need to, can I eliminate that low value work? Can I automate it, or can I delegate it? And that order is really important, to not just because I've always done it. Do I really need to do it? Can I eliminate it? Secondly, can I automate it? And, Locked On is a fantastic solution to do that. And I know we're going to look at how Locked On and Realty Ads are doing some really cool integration work to
really cool.
speed up that automation to not just, Locked On does a great job of processing the whole CRM side of it, but this is actually now the ability to get out there to the marketplace. And then obviously, can I delegate it? Is there someone better than me able to do that? So what I saw over there, and look, it's called circle prospecting over there. And it's, imagine a pebble in the pond, a ripple effect around every single listing. And the best in the business see every listing that they take to the marketplace as a brand building exercise. And if you think about that, it's a super smart way of looking at it, Luke, because we've got this brand building exercise to lean into and start to see this listing, and importantly, this sale is an opportunity for us to get to know the neighbors, the people in the streets, and so on. And I said this earlier today, that real estate features in the top 5 discussion points at dinner parties.
Oh, easy. Top 3, I would say.
Yeah, walking the dog, at the hairdresser, at the pub on a Friday night, and so on. So, the best in the business, how do you come up on the relevant feeds, not just on any feed, but on the relevant feeds, where the mailbox, and we know a lot of people have got, no junk mail, don't want this there, but the ability to get it onto their feed in an effective way, it is the new letterbox. It's the new mailbox kind of side of it. So that was a biggie. Are we capitalizing and maximizing this? And look, the thing I'd invite everyone to do, and I've done this before with clients, I said, look, I'm putting my whiteboard over here just in case you're wondering why I'm going this way. And I love flip charts and whiteboards. I think every real estate office needs to have, one or multiple, but literally mapping out and saying, okay, if we had unlimited time, we had unlimited money, what is everything we would do to capitalize during a campaign and post a campaign to build even greater market momentum and use this listing as a brand building opportunity? Now, that's at that level. Obviously, we're wanting to do a magnificent job of serving the owner and serving the buyers and bringing that together in a negotiation. That's a given. We've got to do that. The next level of it is it a brand building opportunity? How do we put that into play? And, the just listed, the just sold, and the integration that I know you've worked on so extensively with Realty Ads is super smart with that. And, the best in the business are utilizing that tracking capability, are utilizing retargeting and remarketing. And it's no longer just about someone's clicked through onto the website. It's now, how do we build that relationship? What's coming up next? What's coming up next for that particular client? So that was the biggie. And I guess the two that, in the tech-enabled agent are really leaning into, how do I build even stronger relationships in the marketplace? And then how do I have even greater influence in the marketplace? So stronger relationships, well, that's about leaning into your CRM, categorizing your clients effectively, and making sure that you are not a secret agent. This is the wrong business to be a secret agent. So how do you build those relationships? And, Luke, you may have heard me talk about the real estate orphanage. And unfortunately, a lot of clients, once we're finished with them, go to the orphanage, as opposed to when we look at the best in the business, how they're utilizing the relationships to build referral and repeat business is extraordinary. So that's a key part of it. And then secondly, how do you increase your influence? Well, you increase your influence by not only the one-to-one conversations, but, you know, the one-to-many that you can actually have now, in starting to see every listing as a pebble in the pond to have a ripple effect. And then of course you've got things like the market updates and video, and people just need to get over the video. I don't like the way I sound on video. I don't like the way I look on video. And the project I would challenge everyone with is do a video per day for the next 30 days. You will be great at video. Don't worry about the first 5. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like, my expression on my face and so on. Don't worry about the first 5. But after you get there, you'll start to go like, okay, I'm now getting great information. And the best way to do it, you've had a conversation with a client and you've just answered this. You go like, other people would be interested in that. Video. And all of a sudden you've got this 1, content, and 2, you're starting to promote that in a way that makes a difference. So they're just some quickies. Clearly we could go into a lot more detail.
I think you hit on one point there that you probably picked up on that I really want to stress in today's sort of webinar, is that, you know, real estate is heavily, and we put this in all our Locked On training, it's a heavily results-based driven industry. So whether it's listings or sales, and sales I do feel are a lot more important and have to be done in a stricter manner, but it's results based. So when you talk about marketing per se in your general area or letterbox dropping, yes, the just listed and just solds were old school in regards to the mailbox drop. Now we're looking at the new school way of doing the same marketing piece, but a better way of doing it with better technology and better remarketing capabilities, which is where realty is, I think, the future of where a lot of marketing spend will go. You know, it's not, look, people won't even have mailboxes on their house and home soon.
Yeah, I agree with this, and you know, we might be in a mode where it's an and at the moment, not an or.
It's an and for sure.
So you know, don't think that when you hear Luke talking about this, and you're way ahead of most people in the real estate profession, is the way you're thinking about it. And everyone knows their market better than what you and I do. They're in it. So it might be a balance, guys, at the moment where you go, okay, we're doing that traditionally. Whether we like it or not, it's slower. You've got to get reliable people to drop things, and it costs more than putting that same into social. But they know their marketplace better than what you and I do. So I would recommend, guys, it's probably an and at the moment, and then it'll move from an and to an or to a this will be the new way. And the thing I love about Realty Ads is the distribution tech that they have built is extraordinary. So one post, where do you want this to go to? And of course that all lands back on their websites. So you can start to track those things and retarget and remarket them.
Well, let's jump right into it, because I know that we launched the realty stuff with you guys late last year. We sort of did the webinar and we pushed that out to everyone, and we've been seeing a lot of our users move towards this and really putting their toes in the water. Some are going full in deep with all listings. The results and the stats that we're seeing from the realty sort of results pages and the information they're getting daily on their ad spend and how that's working has been amazing. We're going to run through that today, and we're also going to run through the new templates that you guys have built. So we got a bit of feedback, and some people wanted more options. They've changed up the style. So you're going to see again in Locked On how we first of all create our just listed ads, and then we want to take you through some reports on that. I think we'll then sort of go over those numbers, Michael, and then we'll show the people the just sold. And I think you've got a little bit of a exclusive of what's coming with the Realty and Locked On team at the end. So pretty excited to tell everyone about that, because I think it's a massive game changer. Again, going back to traditional ways of doing what you're about to launch at the end of this to now what I think is going to be the new way moving forward, but it is still that, and you should be doing both at the moment, but it's such a crucial thing on the social platform. So let me share the screen. Let's jump into it and revisit the realty integration with Locked On. And we'll share this now. And for everyone who uses Locked On, this will be a very familiar page for you. So we're looking at the dashboard here. Michael, not too familiar for you, but you have seen the integration.
Yeah,
I'm going to take you
I'm
through
going
the
to get my.
CRM.
I'm going to put my glasses on right now. Look,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we're going to not go dive deep into Locked On. For most people on here, you are Locked On users. You'll understand the flow of where I'm clicking, but we are talking about the first part of around getting a listing, now marketing this successfully to a geographical area through the social platforms. And that may be through all the Google ad network. It's going to be through the Facebook network, your Instagrams as well. So once you have a listing set up, you obviously see your listing in Locked On. We're going to be using my test 1.8 skinners. And inside the marketing area, you now see this Realty ads. So this is using the Realty technology to be able to create a social ad for you that will go out into your Facebooks, most importantly Facebook, right? So I'm going to talk more about that. It will go out through the Google ad network as well. It will also appear on your Instagram, okay, it's owned by Facebook. So as we're looking at this, it's quite simply one button, but you first of all want to have your heading, your text, your images, opens, and you've uploaded it to your portals. One of the key things to this, and this is probably the most critical, is that we want to drive traffic back to your website. And we're going to really talk about the numbers here and why this is crucial and the remarketing capabilities. This is all the advancements to technology. You can't do this with letterbox drops. You could never tell how many impressions, how many people actually held it physically. You could never tell how many people actually clicked and submit inquiries. You could never remarket to those people that ended up on your site. This is the truly exciting stuff. But the cost per person to your site, which you're going to see in these campaign reports, it's insane. There's no marketing company you could pay, per month or whatever they want to charge you to get you this kind of traffic and eyeballs and into your, what they call the tracking pixel. If you're using that, if you're not, you're really going to have to explore these options, but into that tracking pixel on your site to the abilities to remarket to them with other ads is amazing. So the crucial part here is once you have your marketing set up, in the details, you need to click into the website link homepage here. If you're not using a Locked On site, you'll need to go to your website. And I'm going to use an example here of Lands Real Estate, the website that Locked On's built, a Locked On user. And we're going to go into 12 Armstrong Crescent. And at the top of the screen, they have the specific URL for this. So if this was your website, this was your company, you have Locked On feeding to your site, or you have other ways of getting your properties to your site. First and foremost, you put the property on your website, you make sure it's live, you copy the URL, you go into your listing and you insert the URL in the homepage for this particular ad. Now that's got a lot more benefits than just Realty. Like this is just a standard part of Locked On training. Set your listing up, upload it to your site, put the URL in. You want to do your just listed emails, but now you're in a position that you can create and launch the ad. So when you hit the create and launch, it's now redirecting off to Realty ads technology, which is creating the Realty ad using the first 3 photos, the agent's photos, the Locked On branding, and we will see the ad preview generate. So what's important with the ad preview here is that we can see this is the brand new layout, the new styles. It looks beautiful. Okay, for people that were using it before, you would have seen a different style. We now have a new, really beautiful, just listed campaign ad that's created. My Locked On business logo for Locked On Real Estate, the listing agent and their photo, and the ad and marketing. And it's redirecting to landsrealestate.com.au, the learn more button. The learn more button will redirect here. So if we just open this in a new tab, when anyone clicks or sees that ad, it's going straight to your page. So again, using a Locked On page, just showing you our style, but we want to send traffic to your site. That is the ultimate goal of this integration with Realty. Get more eyeballs to your site.
Luke, if I can just pause on that,
Yeah.
on this is a game changer that you're driving traffic and controlling the relationship, and you're able to build the relationship even more.
Yeah.
This is to me, this I'm not sure if everyone understands the significance of this as to how that's going to help you track, not just for today, but tomorrow, next week, next month, in 6 months' time. The build on this is extraordinary.
Yeah. And something to point out there is that the tracking pixel for Facebook or Google, if you don't have that on your site yet, be speaking to your website people straight away to get that installed. Now, whether you use it or not right now, Michael, you know how important that's going to be for down the track as you get more advanced with that.
Absolutely. And guys, this is the kind of stuff that you don't need to know how to do it. You just need to ask the person who is looking after your website and say, can you install this?
Yeah, they do it quickly.
It's a very fast fix. Yeah.
So the idea is that from Locked On, you put your listing in, photos, marketing details, your website, and that's just basic CRM functionality, right? So everyone's got to do that. When you have that done, you then have the ability to click the Create Realty Ad button, which you see in the marketing, and it will build the ad for you. Now, the option you have, which we didn't have before, is your 3 photos, or you can change that to a single now, which the single, I reckon, looks beautiful. It's just the one main image, nice just listed on it. You know, we've got the agent photo and details as per normal, and the view online button. So you'll see the preview generate there. So you can see down the bottom, the default settings. Based around the property, we are doing geographically 17 kilometers. We are selecting all genders, between 18 and 50. And we now can set the radius to be smaller, more precise, or larger by using the up and down arrows. Now, I think geographical marketing in real estate is crucial. We're not Coca-Cola, we're not McDonald's, we're not trying to market to the world, we're not trying to become famous in any other area except the areas we work. So it's a very minute market you've got to hit all the time. And I think you'd heavily agree with that, Michael. It's not to become a celebrity or the best agent in Australia, which could happen anyway, but you want to be the best agent, the most known in your geographical area.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a strategy called, the focus is not boiling the ocean, the focus is boiling our ocean. So what's our ocean? Let's boil our ocean. And this is the thing I love about this, the tech that Realty Ads have built to have that ad built and have this being able to zoom in and zoom out is extraordinary. And the speed of this is significant.
Oh, you couldn't get any faster. It's just basically done for you. Now, using this ad as an example, what we can see here is that I've got the listing at 8 Skinners, and 17 kilometers in the Sydney area is quite large, I would say. So I don't really want to be hitting and spending money on areas that are Sydney City and around the eastern suburbs and south of Sydney there. So I'm bringing that down to 5 kilometers as the smallest, and it's really going to be super focused on, what we say in Locked On, a sniper approach around your core market. So we can see I've set that to 5. I can change this to be men, women, select the audience range, and that's something you can edit quite easily just with the drop down values. And you can see as a default, we're putting a $250 spend on that. Now, the second part to the campaign is up here, number 2, budget and billing. And guys, the budget and billing, it doesn't mean you have to spend more on your ads for it to essentially get better results, right? The more you spend, the longer it will last and the more impressions you're going to get. So you just get more results. But if you're really wanting to just try this out, and you'll see the reports we've done with the $50 spends that we're about to go into, your first budget, you may put in there for 50. Okay. And you might want that to go for 3 days. Obviously the longer days you go, the less you're going to get spent per day, and it's just going to drag out longer. Okay. The smaller days with the smaller spend, it's just going to be quicker, and you're going to get really the same amount of impressions, but just really condensed really fast. I think for Michael, you're probably more of an expert in this area than what I am, but the just listed expenditure that we're doing here should really be sold in the listing presentation. It becomes now a crucial part to the vendor, is that this isn't the letterbox drop that the other agents are telling you that they need to do. Yes, we'll still do that, and that's complimentary, but we really want to put, 200, 250 into this first campaign around the area. How many people do you know that are on social media? They're going to say everyone. Okay, we want all those people that we don't know yet to know your property's for sale. How does that sound?
100%. And of course, when we have a look at some of the reporting that comes out of this, the cost per lead in this process is extraordinary.
Yeah, and I think that using the reporting to your advantage, which I'll show you now, but the reporting that you use in your next vendor presentation is going to come from the first time you run an ad. And we'd invite you all to do your first listing, even if you've got one now that may not be just listed, it's a couple of days old, like do your $50 spend yourself, see the results, and you'll be able to do exactly what I'm about to show you in your next vendor presentation. Talk to them about the results and why it's important. And you'll see how cheap it is to get eyeballs onto your site.
And Luke, I know, Luke, you're also going to focus on the just sold side
massively.
of it.
Yeah, that's.
I want to highlight, guys, if you haven't been using this tech, I would go back over anything that you've sold so far this year, and I do it a day apart. So you don't sort of it's called throttling in the realty ads sort of mode, and throttling means that they don't want to overload a particular Facebook page with it. But if you just do one every second day, man, the impact that's going to have on your business is going to be huge.
Massively. So look, let's just look at this. A budget of 50 over 5 days. You fill in your name, you fill in your email. The billing information is different. So this is where you're going to receive campaign reports, and they get sent to you, I think, daily. We changed that now. So you'll see these reports get sent to you daily over the 5 days. And this is obviously your billing. So I'm not going to put in any cards or create a real ad here, but it's simply name, card details. You can save that for your account and you can run the campaign. So we can see a start date, we can see an end date. This ad would now be pushed out using the Realty Ads system to that geographical area of 5 kilometers around this listing. So let's jump into the reporting. So pretending the ad is now live, we now can look at the reporting here. So we've had a few that have been running recently. I've just grabbed a few of our clients that have put some ads up recently, and we've got many different reports here. But basically what I want to show you on these reports is that you can see a 5-day campaign for $50 here for Shannon led to 2,805 people reached. You can see there the radius around where his listing was. It was $49.90 spent, 465 clicks at 11 cents per click. Okay, so we're getting this seen by 3,000 people. So I like to pull back that number, and I don't know if this is a strategy that you heavily talk about, Michael, but it is a strategy that Aaron Shiner heavily talks about, is like finding your patch or your area. And when you sort of take in the rough numbers of patches and suburbs, you could be looking anywhere between sort of 1,100 to 1,500 homes. But you can see here the number is that we're reaching double that, like over your patch, and it's kind of overflowing into other areas. And that is a lot of eyeballs seeing face, branding, just listed, kind of results-based driven, not the result we really want, which is a just sold, but hey, this agent is active in my local area. This is Shannon at the top.
Yeah, look, a geo farm is a super effective way for the vast majority of agents to build their business incredibly strongly.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of a better way. Like there are agents that spread themselves quite wide, but I find that you're condensing yourself to one area and being the expert in that is where I see personally a lot of people get a lot of success, and there hasn't really been a better system as opposed to that. And that's still something that we would really heavily focus on in Locked On, is knowing your area, databasing everyone. And this is a great way to just brand awareness in it.
Agree. And Luke, the point that I want to bring up, as far as Shannon goes, how much time did this take for Shannon to reach 2,805?
Zero. Like it would be with under a minute, he could have this up and running. When his
Correct.
credit card saved, it could be 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So this is the point I want to hit home dramatically to everyone today is, yes, the ad was $50. It cost you 11 cents per click. Forget the spend, forget like anything about how much you're spending on it. It's how much did it cost you to get people to your website? 11 cents. You go to any marketing company that specializes in driving traffic to you, doing Google ads, Facebook ads. I know personally at Locked On, we pay thousands of dollars to a marketing company to get our ads correct and right and driving traffic, and Google rankings, they do a lot more. But 11 cents for you to get a person that could be in your geographical area to hit your website, and also to then be in your Google tracking pixel, your Facebook tracking pixel. So they're in there for life. And if you are any good at creating your own specific ads and remarketing to people, and you don't need to be an expert to really get the fundamentals of that, but if you are at any stage in your business thinking, maybe my next move is to hire someone who knows social marketing, the first thing they're going to ask you is, do you have a tracking pixel? And if you go to this person in 12 months time or 6 months time, go, I've actually had that and I've been using Realty and I've got 3,000 people tracked in it, they're just going to go, well done. We are now going to turn this on for you, and we are going to see dramatic results because we are no longer starting cold. Now, for people that is all simple to them and they're already doing it, you will understand the value of 11 cents for someone hitting your site going into that and the capabilities you have from it. Okay. So there's two types of people. There's the people that don't do this right now that need to be doing it and building that funnel. And there's the people that are doing it right now and understanding the value of 11 cents per getting a lead to my site for me to remarket to. And it's all geographical based. So that's why the just listed is real important. Obviously, it's also brand awareness. It's also your vendor having that real nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. Hey, I just saw my property come up and their friends tagging them and writing comments on it. You know, we get some funny comments on your realty ads and people sharing them. You know, that all happens organically through it going out onto the social platforms. But the real value in it is these numbers that you're looking at right down the bottom here.
Luke, the other thing that I just want to stress with that is when someone, and this is, we've seen this in realty ads a lot, someone actually will share it or put someone's name in there, which could be their partner, someone that, you know, is looking for property. It's extraordinary to start tracking that as well. So, you know, have a look at the comments underneath each of your realty ads, and you'll start to see, here's what people are doing. They're setting it here. They're doing this. Man, is that powerful.
Yeah. And as I go down the bottom of the stats here, it gives you some really nice insights as well. You know, who's viewing on tablets, mobiles, clicks per day, female to male, engagement by age. So it is a very, very nice visual report. Now, here's the campaign link for one that's finished that we spent $50 here for Shannon. You know, 465 clicks. It blows my mind as to in 5 days, you're getting 100 clicks a day onto that listing, right? That, for anyone, that is insane amount of clicks and seeing eyeballs on this. Not just the impressions that people see it in their feed, but the actual clicks. Now, if you were sitting down with a vendor and you were saying, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, have any of the other agents spoken to you about the social performance and what they can do for your property and remarketing this geographically in your area? They may have mentioned it, but I want to show you exactly the kind of reporting we're going to get, what the ad's going to look like. And I want to take you through these numbers as to why they're important. This is how you sell it. This is how you get good ad spend on it. Now, look, if it was me personally, I'd be like, look, we're going to actually budget just $50 to your property as a just listed campaign before we put this out live. We're going to put it on our site, do a just listed campaign, and I'll then want to sit down with you after 5 days or 3 days and go through the stats. Now, that is extremely powerful. No one else is going to be sitting in there giving them a social report, analytics, or a campaign around social marketing this detail. They'll talk about it. Oh yeah, Sophie and our team will do that for you, create an ad and we'll put it up there. But will they go into this detail? Will it be this easy for you to do? I very much doubt it.
And I think, you know, Luke, if there was some resistance that the guys are thinking for a client to actually do it, I would do $100 spend on a campaign, you know, your next campaign, then utilize that as your case study to bring up. And I think
a cheap case study,
yeah, absolutely. If you do a here's a $50 campaign, you'll sell $50 campaigns. Here's a $100 campaign, you'll probably sell $100 campaigns. If here's a $250 campaign, you'll sell a $250 campaign. So you know your market better than what Luke and I do. Just see where you think you can stress test that too, and then you can start to have a case study around that. And those of you that have been using the tech already, congratulations, you've got a whole series of case studies you can play with. But you know, one of the things that I see being highly successful at the listing appointment is the over-indexing of a case study. And Luke, you said it brilliantly well. It's as if Aaron's trained you. I don't know. It's like
I've spent many years with him.
yeah. No, you get a gold star for that. You know, has anyone been through how this actually works? And then you show them this. This is an evidence-based strategy that makes it so easy and so confident for me to say, great, I'm going to say yes to this campaign. By the way, there's a fair bit of research that the 4-day is really, really strong from a Facebook and Insta point of view. So if you want to, I would head towards the 4-day because it gives a chance for the algorithms to do the work that they do as well.
Yeah, that's why the default's kind of 250 and 5, but you can obviously change that yourself. Now we are getting skimmed on time here, so I do just want to finish up on the just sold and then your little bit of like what's coming for the guys. So the just sold for me personally, I think the just listed is selling it to your vendor. And if you're not a big person on, you know, vendor paid advertising, this is a really nice way to dip your toe into it because it's so cheap. And then you'll get better and better at it. And then you may move on to more things that you would like to sell and you get more confident with it. But try and sell this at the start as a campaign of what we're going to do for you, or put aside a budget yourself. But the just sold part is crucial, that it is something that you think about as the best brand awareness I can do, that I'm going to budget my own money to put this out into the marketplace, because people want to know results. They want to know you're the person that gets results. And just sold marketing is by far the best marketing that we can do in this industry. I honestly believe that, whether it's calls, SMSs, or social belief, just sold is what everyone wants to see. You're getting results. A property's just sold. What did it just sell for? That's what they're going to be talking about when we talk about it. Comes up in the top 3 conversations that people are ever having. Well, what did that property sell for down the road? Kids and politics, I think, are the top 3 anyway, from my personal experience. So in the property here, whilst Michael was talking, I changed it to sold, and I put in an under contract and sold date. And if we're going into the marketing section now, and I know the property sold, I may want to change my heading and my text, and we're going to create a new ad on Realty. Obviously, because the 2 technologies are syncing together through the API, we now know that the property is sold, and we now have the ability to create a different ad, different banner for this particular property. Okay, so we'll see the preview come up in a second. So you may want to change your headline. Okay, I have just sold now as the nice graphic across the photo. Let's change that to a single. It's still using the same property redirect. Okay, this is where you could get smart, and you could change the property URL in Locked On to a book appraisal. So the just sold, when they hit learn more, could go to a specific landing page that says, book your market update or your appraisal now with me. Okay, so it's not just controlled to the property, although that will be your default. People will click the just sold, learn more to go to the sold section of this. And obviously people have optimized their websites, but you can get smart around it. But here's the kicker. The just sold is me now promoting myself that I've had a result. Okay, I pick my radius again, I pick my budget, and I fill in all the forms, and I create my second ad for this property. You may want to run that over 30 days. Okay, it depends on your volume of selling. Like Michael said, throttle it. If you're an agent selling 10 a month, you might want to condense this just to 2 days with a bigger budget. Okay, if you're not selling as much, you might want to last this over 30 days and then sell your next one, do that for 30 days. You're going to find that as you get more traction and you do more results, you're probably going to condense them with the same amount of spend. But for now, you may want to extend that. Realty know the key points, right? So they know that kind of 250 is a great budget over 5 days to get really good impressions, really good results in that amount of time. But it's completely controlled by you. Okay, you'll see your results, you'll see the clicks, you'll see the analytics that you're getting around this, and you'll start to tweak and play with it. But there's just some food for thought. You're not selling too many, extend it. You are selling a lot, condense it, would be my thoughts on that.
I agree 100% with you, Luke. The other thing with this is, given you've got mobile access to Locked On, guys, you can sign a contract and in 5 minutes have this going out on social. Like, it's extraordinary. The speed at which you can turn this around is amazing. And to a broader context, Luke, if the Locked On clients activate this with Realty, this can go to the agent's Facebook page, the agency Facebook page. It can be distributed to multiple locations, which can speed up the process and speed up the efficiency even more so.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We don't really want to hit too hard on what Realty offers as a company, but there is something that you all need to know is this is using Realty technology to get a social ad. Realty offer more in their actual business that you can view at realty.com.au. So there's a lot more strategy around social. They do offer a lot more than just this advertising, getting an ad out in the socials. So there is the ability to do more with this and be more advanced with it. The technology we have here is helping you get your profile built through your geographical area through social marketing around just listed and just solds. But I want to finish off on the last point that you guys have let me know through, our interactions and our bit in the API. We came up with a great idea that your tech team has just put together, a lot faster than I thought they would. And we're hoping to probably have that launched next month. So give us a bit of insight into what all the Locked On users can be expecting to come soon.
Yeah, great. We might just jump out of the screen share. Thanks, Luke.
Yep.
So the exciting thing is that, and we talked earlier about the best agents are seeing their brand building opportunities go to the next level. There is a new product coming out that is going to be integrated into Locked On, which is an Agent Profile Plus. So this is about how you can. It's almost set and forget, and know that while you're sleeping, while you're in a listing appointment, while you're running an open home, you've got this great amount of engine happening behind the scenes that is building your profile and building your network even stronger. So, and one of the concepts in realty is this word of omnipresence. And omnipresence is a fancy word for, hey, Luke, I see you everywhere. And that is the ultimate compliment I think you can actually have as an agent. Like, bang, you're coming up in my feed. I'm noticing you here. I'm noticing you there. I'm noticing you on signboards. I'm noticing sold stickers.
Google ads.
Properties. I'm seeing on Google ads. I'm seeing you everywhere. So that's the product that we're really excited to be releasing to the Locked On clients within the next 4-6 weeks. So something to look forward to, something to come up with. And I do believe it's going to give, once again, an elevated view, an elevated position, how the clients and your potential audience is going to see you in your geo farm area.
Yeah, and it's probably just to drill down a little bit more on that, is that on the Locked On side, it's not a specific property ad. So it's not just listed, just sold, or promoting something that you've done results based. This is going to be creating an agent profile ad. Now in Locked On, we store your photo, we store your mobile, we store your email, we store your agent bio and your little write-up and your awards. So we are basically, with Realty, going to be creating a beautiful few designs around your agent bio that can go out with different headlines, different marketings, like, would like a property update, click here to learn more about me. Want to chat to me about the recent sales. It could be a mixture of different headlines you want, but with your bio. So it's not property related or results based. It's having you out in your marketplace consistently, and you'll be able to create multiple different ads for that to go out. Now we'll start with one theme and one layout, build more. But like Michael said, they just want to be able to go, wow, I see you everywhere. It may be a free market report. There's going to be so many different things you can do to link to a website for people to click on it, for you to capture their information and remarket to them. It's exactly the same as the property. So that's something I'm super excited about. And the big difference will be is these won't be short campaign spends. Well, I guess you can do a short campaign and put a small budget into it to see what you get before you've gone to dip your toes in the water. But you're looking at, I'm going to now budget, let's call it $500, $750 a month to my geographical area on my agent profile. Like, that is really, really high return spend marketing. And we're going to see the analytics and the results on that, just like you do on the property. So how many impressions, how many people are clicking on it. It's going to be very, very interesting for us to start collecting all that data. So I'm really excited for it. I think it's the new way of putting yourself on a bus stop.
Yeah. And Luke, well done, because you went further than I was going to go to on this. You're going to now have people in the chat and after this saying, Luke, I want this today. So well done for creating that hook. But yeah, without a doubt, the ability for you to create call to action campaigns,
call to action
and build your brand in the process is just so significant. Around what is coming from Locked On and Realty Ads coming together with this.
Yeah. So if you want to be a beta tester, you want to be one of those first people, feel free to reach out to us. We'll introduce you to Realty. We'll make sure that you're one of the first people to get out the agent profiles, because we want to see some analytics around it and how it all performs. And we really want to see what people are directing them to, like what's a great landing page for all these call to actions. So if you're interested, reach out. I hope you've really learned something today about property marketing and moving towards that social side of things. It's not like it's coming soon. It's already here. It's happening, and it's very, very simple to do in Locked On. You don't need any connection or any new accounts. You just need to use your Locked On account, put your properties in, put a budget on it, and you can have your ad up and running within 5 minutes.
And Luke, I think when we do our next session, so in the 4 to 6 week time frame, my plan will be to give the guys a whole range of different kind of call to action strategies. So they'll have a shopping list
Perfect.
to activate. And then it's all about what's relevant for me. You know, do I want to do the suburb report? Do I want to do what are the 10 best things about living in the area? All of those things are going to become, or do I want to do a straight, do you want to know what your property is actually worth? So there's a whole range of those that can be activated that will make a big difference. Hey, thanks, Luke, for putting this on, and thanks for allowing me to chime in with a little bit of advice and strategy in the process as well.
No, not a problem, mate. We always appreciate your time, Michael. We know you're very busy and your knowledge is really extensive. So thanks for sharing what you learn at Inman. I look forward to our chat in 4 to 6 weeks where we can launch the next version of this, which is really exciting. We might also have some new layouts there as well, but I'm really excited about the agent profiles. I want to use it for myself in Locked On, which I'm actually toying with the idea is you're building our own little agent profiles and putting them out geographically in areas and seeing how they perform from my company level as a CRM sales, not just residential sales. It can be used for anything. So it's opening up a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, great. Now, Luke, I am aware there it looks like about 9 questions in there. Are we going to handle those questions offline?
Yeah, I might just stop the recording now, guys, and thank you all for your time. If you want to hang around and ask questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them for 5 minutes. So we've seen a few there, but we'll stop the recording. We'll say goodbye. Anyone that wants to stay online, please do. Have a great day, guys, and hopefully we'll speak to you all in about 6 weeks. See you later.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.